Most of Hollywood consists of creeps and virtue signalers, but every once in a while we actually have an actor or an actress coming out and speaking their mind and calling out the industry and all of its flaws, and that is exactly what's happening right now with Sydney Sweeney. Actress Sydney Sweeney has blasted Hollywood's feminist agenda, and in an interview with Vanity Fair, she was asked, "This spring your team fought back when a producer called out your looks and talent into question. Anne Hathaway and Jennifer Lawrence have discussed the tendency to knock women performers down when they're at their professional peak. Why do you think that is?" Now, there's a big difference here, right? Because people like Anne Hathaway and Jennifer Lawrence call out sexism. They say that it is an issue with men tearing down women, but someone like Sydney Sweeney is actually coming out and saying that it's primarily women tearing down other women within the industry. She's not coming out and blaming the patriarchy boogeyman. She's not saying, oh, it's always men who get salty that women are successful, nothing like that, which is why Sydney Sweeney is being listened to right now. She said it's very disheartening to see women tear down other women, especially when women who are successful in other avenues of their industry see younger talent working really hard, hoping to achieve whatever dreams that they may have, and then trying to bash and discredit any work that they've done. And next, she blasted the industry as fake. Now, before we get into that, yes, at the beginning of the year, there was a producer within the industry who basically said that because Sydney Sweeney was attractive, that meant that maybe she wasn't really talented. Maybe people just like her because she's attractive, which of course is a terrible thing to say. Sure, she is a very beautiful woman who has a lot of good assets, and she highlights them. She doesn't wear turtlenecks all the time. She doesn't wear scarves all the time. She shows what she has, and that shouldn't be a reason to tear down a woman. But in modern day Hollywood, it is. These people constantly sit and talk about how, oh, they want to empower women when they really don't. She blasted the industry as fake, saying this entire industry, all people say is women empowering other women, but none of that is happening. All of it is fake and a front for all the other shit that they say behind everyone's back, which is so hilarious but refreshing to hear, because we've been calling this out for years at this point, that Hollywood is filled with a bunch of fakes. They don't actually have any sort of code that they follow. They have no, moral compass. They just one day say, oh yeah, we empower women, and then the next day they flip the script because it doesn't make them money. And this is a problem with trusting actors, right? Because they get paid to act, they get paid to be fake. But on the flip side, a lot of them, like cough cough Rachel Zegler, let the influence they have go to their heads, and then they talk about how much they hate the very people they need to watch their movies, and then they just look like complete douchebags. So you either have actors acting fake or ones speaking how they feel, but what they are doing is ruining their reputation and ruining their image. Moviegoers don't want to be attacked. It's like with the gaming industry. Gamers don't want to be attacked. We don't want to be called racist or sexists or bigots for questioning content that ends up in a movie or a TV show or a video game. And she continued saying, I mean, there's so many studies and different opinions on the reasoning behind it. I've read that our entire lives we were raised, and it's a generational problem, to only believe one woman can be at the top. There's one woman who can get the man. There's one woman who can be, I don't know, anything. So then all the others feel like they have to fight each other or take that one woman down, instead of being like, let's all lift each other up. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm trying to do my best over here. Why am I getting attacked? Which is so sad to see, because again, is she the best actress I've ever seen on screen? No, but she's pretty good, and she is a gorgeous woman. But it's like, when you are a successful woman and you're gorgeous, you get attacked tenfold. I mean, you get attacked so much more than an average looking woman in an average level position. And I do think that it is because there are a lot of people within the industry who, yeah, are a little bit salty. And she's saying that they are primarily women who feel that, their lives are at stake, right? Their jobs are at stake. Maybe Sydney Sweeney's going to swoop in and, be the woman at the top, even though, like she's saying, they could all empower each other together. The woman empowerment movement is such BS. And I think that honestly is really, really funny, because someone like her is being listened to by average moviegoers. We see an article like this and we're like, wow, oh my God, she's actually speaking the truth. And I'm sure that there are going to be a lot of people within the industry who are going to be mad at her. Now, a lot of executives, a lot of producers, maybe even people that she's worked with in the past who understand that she's basically talking about them, who are going to be extremely salty. Now, I'm not shocked to hear that Hollywood's filled with virtue signalers who do not practice what they preach, and I'm sure none of you were really shocked either, but it is good to see another woman coming out and saying her opinion on the industry and calling out the bullshit within it. It is something that we've seen happening more often, like Ana de Armas calling out the potential, gender swap to a female James Bond, maybe Julie Bond. And she said that that is a ridiculous concept and that we should not replace male characters with females, but we should just create alternatives. And I think that that is a very refreshing mindset. And a lot of actresses are starting to speak out when they feel strongly about something. And that's exactly what Sydney Sweeney's doing, blasting Hollywood's feminist agenda. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.